I am delighted to be here today to welcome y'all. We are here to celebrate the success of our wonderful students. We are absolutely also here to celebrate and appreciate the friends, the family, the loved ones, everyone that sacrificed and supported along the way so that our students could take this giant step forward in changing their lives. We will begin this afternoon with an invocation from Terrell Anthony, followed by our national anthem. Grant Gibson is here to say a few words specifically to our veterans. Then we will have a look into the future of IT by the Chief Technology Evangelist for CompTIA, James Stanger. We have a campus director message for you from our longest tenured campus director, Jarvis Hill. And to wrap things up, our keynote today will be from our founder, our CEO, the man, the myth, the legend, Tony Galati. Thanks so much for being here.
Please join us as we bow our heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we ask that you cover those who are graduating with your abundant grace and perpetual light. Fill them with the hope to face the future with brand new eyes and open minds. Help them to focus the lessons learned and the knowledge and skills gained through their education so that they may better the world. For they are the future standard bearers. Be the light of inspiration that guides them to the well of goodness and mercy. And as they move toward their goals, we ask that you touch their hearts and minds and fill them with fond reflections of their sacrifices on the journey to their moment of truth. All of this we ask in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Congratulations, you made it. As a Marine veteran, I respect what you've been able to do over the last few months. Hard work and dedication from all of you is what has got you where you are today. We want to offer a special salute to our military veterans. From our leadership, our team members, and your fellow students, we recognize the sacrifice that you had to make to get here today. And we want to thank you for your service and your families for supporting you in this endeavor. You have proven you have what it takes to accomplish the mission. Having been members of the armed forces, you know what service means and how important it is. And I want you to know that's the same mission we have here, to change lives through serving you. And I hope that you will carry that forward with you. And as you move forward in your career, I want you to think about how you can serve others to do the same thing. Remember, it's not just where you're going or where you are. It's also about those that are following in your footsteps. And you can mold them to be IT professionals just like you. I am so very proud of every one of you for what you've accomplished. Thank you for letting us be the catalyst to change your life. Congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck on every endeavor in your career. I can't wait to see you out there.
Hey, how you doing? My name's James Stanger, and I'm Chief Technology Evangelist for CompTIA. And I want to congratulate you, graduates of MyComputerCareer, for your achievement. You have joined in quite the group. When I say quite the group of IT professionals. So thank you for joining that group. And I have a few kind of pointers and a few things to talk about before we start. So first of all, my last kid graduated. This is his graduate cap and gown. Well, his cap is over here and his gown is right here. But I wanted to get a little deeper into some tech here, just to give you an idea of the wonderful tradition of innovators, of problem solvers, of techies that you've gone into. First of all, I ended up inheriting some of this old equipment. This is a dictaphone. It's also called an Ediphone. This is 3 pieces of equipment. This one records. This is where I can actually record my voice, and it records into these really cool little dilly whoppers here. You can take a look at it here. That is a voice recording right here. This is basically a piece of memory. Well, this here is where I can actually listen in on it. I can transfer that over here. This actually erases this. So this was stuff that worked into late 19th century, clear in, and was used into the middle of the 20th. To open this up, my cousin gave me a 1964 and a half Mustang. She was an instructor. I found this in the trunk. It's a 16K RAM module that was used for one of the computers that she had. Pretty cool stuff. I think it was used for a Sinclair computer. But I think it's an interesting tradition that you're part of, because in here I put a few other things. Look here, here's a memory module. We've moved from this type of memory to this type of memory right here to this, right? Think of the massive computing capability that is at your hands. This here we can move into even more so. This here is an old modem card. That's what that is. There's where you put your phone into. Network interface card. We're moving into the 90s now. Well, and how about the 2000s to 2020 here? It's an Android. I'm an Android person. You iPhone users are fine, I guess. But as an IT professional, think of the progression that you belong to. Think of the progression of ideas of technology. And let's not stop there. We have smart watches, right? That we can use, that we can now talk into, that we can have telephone conversations with, create videos. But beyond that, there's the cloud. There's artificial intelligence, nanotechnology. We've got the use of blockchain. And with artificial intelligence, now instead of somebody like a lawyer or whoever it was who dictated this to a secretary, or instead of people who simply use the internet, now you have machines that are going to think for themselves, and you're going to be part of that. So I've got some advice for you, because it's not all about the tech. It's about the minds and the goodwill of the people who get behind the tech. So first of all, I want you to stay curious. Now, you have been involved in a lot of learning. That's great. Don't stop learning. Keep curious about the technology. Make sure that you create a good foundation of learning. I think you've done that by working at MyComputerCareer to learn. But sometimes you'll have to get back into that foundation and start learning a few new things. So always stay curious about the technology. Second, get deep into the technologies themselves. Don't just stick with some particular brand or some particular approach. Learn what's going on underneath the technology, as it were. Another thing I want you to think about is to be unconventional in your thoughts. Lately, things have been very unconventional worldwide, haven't they? We've had a lot of asynchronous threats, things that we didn't expect. But it's interesting to see how the IT profession and IT professionals such as you have stepped up. They've stepped up their game, and we led the way in helping the world communicate. And we're going to keep doing that. And we've been doing that for a long time. And I'm just excited to be part of that. And you should be too. One other thing I'd like you to think about is think of other people. Think about how this technology that you are using, that you are helping create, whether it be as a coder, whether it be as somebody who's an administrator of a cloud service, somebody who's doing cybersecurity, one of my favorite things. Think about how you can help other people with diversity, diversity of thought, with cultural diversity. Think of ways that you can include other people, including random acts of kindness everywhere. The other thing I'd like you to think about is IT is not a lonely profession. It's something that is incredibly collaborative. Let me see if I can give you a quick story. There's this, here's an old piece of technology, a book. There was this guy named Lord Byron. You'll have to Google who he was. He's a poet. I've read probably a lot of this stuff. Byron has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but his daughter, Ada Lovelace, some people know her as Ada Lovelace, but it's Ada Lovelace. She has everything to do with computing technology. She is actually involved, along with Charles Babbage, in some of the first computer languages and some of the first computer programs, some of the first computers ever thought of and designed in the 19th century. She helped create not this stuff, but precursors to the very computers, to the very devices that we use every day. And there's even some debate, well, she wasn't all that involved, or maybe she really was. And that debate is usually led by people who know nothing about programming, who know nothing about IT, and how collaborative it is. She helped Babbage articulate thoughts and perfect thoughts that he never would have been able to do. My point it's very important to get into collaboration, to work with other people. So as part of this, and just as I sign off here, I want to see if I can encourage you to collaborate with each other, to work with each other, to network. So as far as networking is concerned, get on LinkedIn, get your profile going. I've got one. I'm James Stanger. I'm on LinkedIn. And what I want you to do, is a beautiful day outside. I'm going to take a selfie of myself. And what I want you to do is feel free to join in if you want and join my network. It's the beginning of what it means to collaborate and work with fellow IT professionals. So as you think about all of the different technologies, as we move on in the world from this old stuff to all the new stuff, all of the things that are available to you, think more along than just, hey, the world's my oyster, I can do this. Think about how you can work to push the envelope forward yourself in the world of IT. Congratulations on your graduation. Take care and talk to you soon.
Hello, my name is Jarvis Hill, Campus Director at MyComputerCareer Arlington Campus. And on behalf of all campus directors, I would like to first say that it is an honor and a privilege to be here today to witness this special occasion and to celebrate with you, because today is the day we celebrate your academic achievements and accomplishments. Today is also an opportunity to celebrate family, friends, faculty, and staff, because they too were a part of the journey. And I know that they are very excited for you and very proud of you. Each of you have made an incredible sacrifice and transformation to not only start the program, but to finish and graduate. Many of you that joined us were a little nervous, uncertain, and some of you needed extra guidance and motivation. And for some, it was simply a breeze. You overcame adversity and obstacles like having car problems, having to work late, childcare issues, a lack of sleep. I could go on and on, but through all of that, you still made it to this day. Today, you have taken the first steps towards the beginning of a new journey. You leave us as professionals with limitless opportunity and promise. And remember, stay true to who you are. And always remember the motivation that brought you to MyComputerCareer in the beginning. Carry that motivation with you as you move along this new path. Find your passion, cultivate it, let it grow, and follow it as it continues to grow. A wise man once said, "Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life." I strongly urge you to continue to discover that spark, the spark that ignites your passion and creativity. That same spark, and in time, will turn into a flame and will guide you through this wonderful, strange world we call information technology professionals. Some of you will go on to work at major IT companies, and some of you will start your own business, which will flourish and bring you the freedom that you've always desired. And maybe, just maybe, a brave few of you will go on to become IT instructors and receive your own bright-eyed group of students. And in turn, send them off into the world, knowing that you have helped shape people who will make a difference, just as you are. Although you have been guided and motivated by the faculty and staff here at MyComputerCareer, you have also inspired and motivated us as well. And we are extremely proud and excited for what the future holds. As you begin this new chapter in your life and begin taking the first steps of this new journey, remember this advice. First, do not just get involved. Fight for your seat at the table. Better yet, fight for a place at the head of the table. Second piece of advice, never underestimate the power of your example, meaning the very fact that you are here today and graduating, it's possible because earlier generations shattered the myth that you could not or should not be where you are today. And my last piece of advice is very simple, but probably most important. Persevere. Nothing worthwhile is easy, and no one achievement has ever avoided failure, and sometimes major failures. Learn from your mistakes and do not give up. Do not quit. In closing, I would like to recognize our WCITP students, our world-class IT professionals. You maintained a 90% or better GPA, you completed 90% or above the required attendance, and you have earned at least 6 certifications. This is an outstanding accomplishment. This shows your dedication and commitment to your education and training, but more importantly, it shows potential employers your commitment to excellence. Great job. Also, many of you have intentions to further your education and training, which will allow you to continue to develop your IT skills. And our cybersecurity specialist program, our cybersecurity engineer program, and the associate's degree program will be great opportunities for you to do so. Please stay connected with the career services staff and the alumni services team for ongoing job placement assistance, for refresher courses, and the opportunities to complete more IT certifications, which are needed in the ever-changing IT industry. Today is the beginning for each of you. Every day is a new opportunity to change your life. But remember, the secret to change is not only to focus your energy on fighting the old, but building the new. So please come back, visit us. You're always welcome, and I wish you all the best in the future. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your future, and congratulations, and may God bless.
Hello, graduates, or rather alumni. I'm Kelly Dowling, Director of Alumni Services here at MyComputerCareer. We are so incredibly proud of what you've accomplished and all the sacrifices that you've made to be here today. As Jarvis stated, you're now a MyCC alum, and that means you're a part of our team forever. So let's talk about what that looks like. After a few years in your new IT career, you may need to recertify or take a refresher course just to brush up on your skills. We've got you covered. After all, the IT industry is dynamic and the landscape is constantly changing. Your alumni department can assist you in enrolling in boot camps and refresher courses, and we fully expect that you'll return for professional development as you advance and grow in your IT journey. Further, as Jarvis mentioned, you may find a passion for a certain aspect of IT once you have a bit of experience under your belt. Maybe you start thinking about a career in cybersecurity. You'll need certifications like the EC Council's Certified Ethical Hacker, which is a part of our cybersecurity specialist program. It's important that you talk to us about your goals so that we can help identify the best path forward, which could include our cybersecurity specialist program, our cybersecurity engineering program, which can then culminate in the opportunity to earn your associate's degree in cybersecurity. Last, please stay connected with us. Remember, you have lifetime career service benefits. They can help you refine that resume, ace that interview, and land that dream job. And these services are a free benefit that we provide for all of our graduates. So please take advantage of them. Please also be sure to connect with us on our Alumni Services LinkedIn page and visit our new alumni page on our mycomputercareer.edu website. This is where you'll find links to career advancement programs, refreshers, and so much more. We're even working on an events calendar where you can find out about upcoming job fairs and other networking opportunities. Your alumni department is here for you every step of the way. Please feel free to contact us if a question pops up. We love hearing from our alumni, where you are in your career path, and where you want to go. This is your MyComputerCareer family for life. God bless, and good luck in your endeavors.
Congratulations. And I mean it with all my heart. Congratulations. I am so proud of you. There is nothing that makes me happier and more excited than to know there is a group of warriors who overcame their fears, overcame the difficulties of this very strenuous program, and made it here today to graduation. I am so excited for you. You have such a great future ahead of you. Many of y'all, before you even entered this program, had to overcome your fears and overcome obstacles just to get in to the program and join MyComputerCareer on this trek. And then everybody, once you got into the program, had obstacles that came up, obstacles that might have prevented you from learning what you needed to learn and gaining the skills you needed to gain and get those certifications that are so important to your new career. And yet you stuck with it. You overcame all of those fears. You pushed through those obstacles, those barriers, those things that came up in your life while you were going through this program, and you made it. You gained the certifications you needed. You gained the skills you needed. You gained that education and all that knowledge you needed. And here you are today where we can celebrate your success. I am so happy for you. And those families and friends who are here to celebrate with you, I want them to know really how special you are. It is not common for people who are stuck in a dead-end job or simply aren't happy with the way their life is going. It is not common for people to take control of that situation. Instead, so many just will complain about it, they'll whine about it, but they'll never change. But you did something about it. You decided, I am not going to be satisfied with the status quo. I am not going to live in the life that I have today. I'm going to take control of my future. I'm going to enroll at MyComputerCareer. And when this curriculum got really hard very quickly, you stuck with it. You worked as hard as you possibly could, and you made it. You're successful. You are here today, and your friends and your family who are here to celebrate with you need to know really what a warrior you are. To grab your future by the horns and just wrestle it to the point where you are now here, you're successful, and you're now ready to take that next step. Many have tried, and y'all saw it during your tenure here. There were some who simply couldn't overcome their fears. There were some who simply didn't have the confidence in themselves and the faith in our staff and our instructors to make it all the way through. And they didn't make it. But somewhere around 80% of our students do graduate. And you are there. While others have fallen aside, you stuck with it. You worked as hard as you needed to work. You got the support from your family and friends to help you achieve these goals, and you achieved it. Now, I know not everybody's finished. Just because you're graduating doesn't mean you're finished. I'm sure some of y'all still have certifications you still want that you didn't obtain, and you're going to stay with us. You're going to keep coming to class. You're going to keep coming to school so we can help you with the tutoring and the boot camps and refresher courses and whatever else we need to provide to make sure you finish up and you finish up all the certifications that you want to obtain with us. And some of y'all will be moving on to our next program focused on cybersecurity. Some of y'all will go all the way through the cybersecurity specialist program, the cybersecurity engineer program, and even on to our associate's degree program. Some of y'all are here to celebrate your graduation from those programs. Wherever you are, just know I am super proud. I am so happy that you were able to achieve this level of moving your future forward. That you today, you're a graduate. You will be able to say to your family and friends, you'll be able to put that graduation certificate up on your wall. You can show your kids, your future kids, that you accomplished what you set out to accomplish. We're going to stay with you. Our alumni at MyComputerCareer, you are with us forever. We're never going to let you go. So when you need help with a refresher course somewhere along the line, or you need help finding that next job, or maybe some of y'all are still looking for that first job, you just stay with us. We'll stay with you. And for the rest of your lives, we're going to help you make sure that this isn't just a job that you've gotten already or you're about to get, but this is going to be a real career. Because it's through that career, you're going to elevate your income and have the better life you came here for. So I'm happy for today, but I'm also happy that I'm going to be with you for the rest of your life, helping you with whatever you need to make sure this is a great career for you and that you are happy with the life you achieved. Thanks for letting me join you on this momentous day, and for you family and friends who are here to celebrate with us, these graduates, these warriors, thank you so much for supporting them in wanting to change their lives for the better.
Thank you, Tony, for those outstanding remarks. Your vision and the mission of MyComputerCareer is certainly being fulfilled in the lives of these graduates. And that brings us to the part of the ceremony you've all been waiting for, the presentation of the graduates.
Andre James Cross. Benjamin Daniel Landrum. Brock Allen Hoodwright. Chris Nevels. Damon Yen Chen. Aaron David O'Brien. Adam J. Klontz. Adrian Alexis Morales. Alan Joseph Huff. Anthony James Delaversano. Anthony Manuel Sousa. Cannon Lee Friggle. Carlos Alberto Calderon. Christopher Lamont Howell. Damian Fisher. Devallon Roger Maxwell. David Kevin Carter, Jr. Dylan Tyler Muzzy. Eric Carlos Sconiers. Akunle Albert Aderemi. Alonzo Thomas James. Althea Loretta Bullock. Andy Curtis Womack. Andy Tuan Pham. Angel Louise Rivera de Leon. Anthony Adeniyi Adetoye. Eric Lamont Green. Aaron Luke Boney. Austin Brian Lake. Austin Craig Boutaille. Benjamin Douglas Hazelton. Bobby Earl Brown, Jr. Bradley Stephen Cowan. Brandon Lee Cotton. Brett Samuel Kloffenstein. Brian Robert Dolan. Brian Todd Talibere. Brittany Jean Dalton. Brittany Nicole Armstrong. Brian Alexander Duran. Cade Allen Stombaugh. Callum Kenneth Edwards. Cameron Murrah Slaughter. Carlos Antonio de la Rosa, Jr. Casey Hunter Dunn. Charles Antonio Red. Christopher Ashley Head. Christopher Leon Nickerson. Cole Adams Brown. Connor Lee Colella. Curtis Jermaine Joe, Jr. Damian Brooks. Daniel Edward French. Daniel Lee Amster. Daniel Stewart Sherman. Davin Deshawn Hilliard. David Nicholas Romine. David William Gilds. Derek Lamont Ware. Derico Ray Cathy. Edith Marie Tolbert. Eric Dion Bellamy. Eric James Welter. Eric Wade Fessler. Eric Wade Weaver. Erica Letitia Davis. Eric Scott II Johnston. Aaliyah Deshay Lewis. Aaliyah Jasmine Alexander. Aaron Christian Johnson. Aaron Daoluang Favong. Aaron James Gallo Unpinko. Aaron Jesse Sellards. Aaron Kobla Lally. Aaron Rhodes. Aaron Michael Adkins. Aaron Travis Harden. Aya DeArthur Ross. Abdil Armando Diaz Jimenez. Adam Charles Bays. Adam James Mooney. Adam Lee Wiseman. Adam Philip Dietrich. Adam Michael Skeen. Adnan Mizendazwe Quarty. Adolphus Stephen Moore. Adrian Terrell. Ahmad Hassan El Mala. Amarja Quintavious Smith. Ahmed Osman Muhammad Omer. Amy Mystique Vasquez. Asisata Samasiku. Akinyemi Akinsoroju. Ako Kibwe Majors. Alan Dwayne Orender. Alan Douglas Wolfe. Alan Ernest Dawson Jr. Alan Robert Moyer. Albert Dwayne Johnson Jr. Albert Joseph Cogswell. Albert Walker Jr. Alicia Janae Bailey. Alicia Marie Huffman. Alejandro Raul Botero. Alejandro Rodriguez. Alicia Elaine Doty. Alex Gordon Peebles. Alex Lee Gomez. Alex Storoshenko. Alexander Cole Cardwell. Alexander John Gungel. Alexander Michael Nadovich. Alexander Ray Dinglazen. Alexander Vasconcelos Arcanjo. Alexander William Griffith. Alexi Miguel Reyes. Alexia Imani Rivera. Alexis Braniel McCullough. Alexis Mendoza Trejo. Alexis Monet Smoot. Alexis Lachey Wilkerson. Alfredo Alfonso Garcia. Alicia Nicole Williams. Aliyu Issa. Alpha Mahmoudou Diallo. Alfonso Kormazu Yala. Alvin Paul Wickbolt. Amanda Jeanette Brown. Amelia Ballard. Amudi Mayala Zakanda. Amy Christina White. Andre Aliel Omeda Santiago. Andret Mack. Andrew Anthony Collado, ITSA. Andrew David McClure. Andrew Dwayne McCullough. Andrew Evan Garcia. Andrew Garcia. Andrew Jameson Wicks. Andrew Michael Rogers. Andrew Parashram Beharilal. Andy Paul Pare. Andrew Robert Wallace. Andrew Tzvs Yim Zhu Vang. Angel Pearltrina Reynolds. Angela Belinda Williams. Angela Michelle Cease. Angelica Lynn Brock, MIL. Anita Chapman Hudson. Annette Marie Lipscomb. Anthony Carl Henson. Anthony Darnell Long II. Anthony Brown. Anthony Johnson. Anthony James Rust Ostler. Anthony Jerome Ray. Anthony Joseph Catherman. Anthony Joshua Leon Bruno. Antonia Andre Ware. Antonio Lorenzo Gunter Jr. Antonio Sharon Simmons. Aquanisha Daviette Moore. Aquila Diamond Resper. Ariel Alexander Pineda Paz. Arnavik Tendila. Arnold Luma Kundakai. Asigid Wandimu Desaleng. Ashad Shaihain Robinson. Ashley Hale. Ashraf Ayade. Ashton Jamark Crump. Audra Nicole Centerfit. Austin Hummel. Austin Lee Hallmark. Austin Michael Kiles. Austin Richard Berry. Austin Greenway. Aveen Jamal Points. Avery Tyler Wolmer. Avisus Latrice Parker. Ayomipo Oluwasago Oyeniyi. Barbara Wider. Barbara Bernice Hector. Basilio Lopez. Benjamin Curtis Rice. Benjamin Joseph Brooks. Benjamin Sky Mireles. Benson Ohanika. Bernard Cheery. Bernard Eugene Eubanks Jr. Bernard Cosigbo. Bill Vincent Disrudd. Bill Thomas Brown. Bismarck Okaikwe. Blaine Ropka. Blake Andrew Kabunak. Blake Joseph Macaluso. Bobby Joe Lahun. Boris Dwayne Perry. Bradford Daniel Reeves. Bradford Gerard Overton. Bradley J. Sorensen. Bradley Matthew Scherer. Bradley Scott Kruger. Brandon Allen Pierce. Brandon Andrew Deckmar. Brandon Charles Chazon. Brandon Lang. Brandon Ignatius Smith. Brandon Isaiah Browder. Brandon Jared Johnson. Brandon Scott Lee. Brandon Scott Newsome. Brandon Seth Walzer. Brandon Thomas Claude. Brandon Wilson. Brianne Renee Smith. Brent Edward Eskridge. Brent Edward Turner. Brenton Graham Farrell. Brett Alexander McDonnell. Brett Boyer. Brett Allen Rapier. Brett J. Smart. Brian Allen Ream. Brian Christopher Smith. Brian Edward Yeager. Brian Jeffrey Blakely, Jr. Brian Keith Waller. Brian LeVar Gaines. Brian Richard Bennett. Brian Dennis. Brian Thomas Moat. Brinky Yarn Coleman. Briones Ladin Cunningham. Brittany Marche Evans. Brondon Paul Robinson. Brown Otomre. Brian J. Starks. Brian Owen. Brian Keith Tressenreiter. Brian Michael Day. Brian Robert Herons. Bryce Anthony Waller. Bryce Jerome Edwards. Byron Moody. Byron Worthy. Caitlin Jasmine Leake. Caleb Alexander Core. Caleb Michael Ferguson. Caleb Zachary Guthrie. Calvin Brian Robb. Calvin Lamont Hatcher. Calvin House, Cameron Alexander Clayton, Cameron Jamal Micah Ferris, Cameron Todd Thomas, Camille Marie Humbles, Campbell McKay Simpson, Carlo Tynes, Carlos Alberto Perez, Carlos Emmanuel Soto, Carnell Wesley McClary, Carol McNeil, Casey Lynn Ward, Cassandra Devon Brown, Katina Eldridge, Cecilia Torrance, Cedric Lavelle Williams, Cedric Lee Murphy, Samancia Sophia George, Charles Anthony Jefferson, Charles Edwin Brown, Charles John Armstrong, Charles John Russian, Charles Sweden Jr., Charles Loyce Rowe II, Charles Morgan, Charles Maurice Nickens Jr., Charles Mike Matthews, Charles Robert Tolson, Charlie Jaramillo, Charlie Gordon, Chase Brown, Chasmin Antonio Houston, Cedric Marty Macumbo, Shaniata Latrice Saunders Gwynn, Cheryl Maria Belden, Chiandra Monique Brown, Chigozie Alfred Obadike, Sandra Onwuka, Chris M.D. Cricelli, Christian Demetrius Steele, Christian Dominic Alley, Christian Faith Lattimore, Christian Gamble, Christian Rivera Sales, Christian Schroes Chan, Christian Taylor Mayfield, Christina Vega, Christopher Andrew Reed Jr., Christopher Charles Day, Christopher Daniel Adkins, Christopher Daniel Pulliam, Christopher George Cook, Chris Garnett, Christopher Jerome Moya, Christopher Corva, Christopher Lee Exener, Christopher Lee Patrick, Christopher Michael Flores, Christopher Michael Gillis, Christopher Michael Kidd Jr., Chris Jennings, Christopher Roy Evans, Christopher Ryan McKenney Jr., Christopher Scott Columber, Christopher Tong, Sean Henson, Christopher Talavat, Christopher Holliday, Christopher Camacho, Christopher Tyler Hart, Christopher Van Howard, Chung Van Thatch, Clahans Jeans Jr., Clara Isabel Martinez, Clarence Harris Jr., Clark Collins V., Claude Nyankuru, Claudia Stephanie Garcia, Clint Darrell Kirksey Jr., Cody Eugene Sizemore, Cody Boucher, Cody Lee Ricketts, Cody Lynn Stevens, Cody Randall Norris, Cody Wade Lum, Cole Epperson, Connor Michael Pearson, Corey Harold Vale, Corey Ryan Woods, Craig Lauv, Craig Bennett Bonclair, Craig Scott Morgan, Curtis Riggs, Curtis George, Cynthia Evangela Lewick, Cynthia Marie Hernandez Morlock, Deshaun Hodge, Dakota Francis, Dakota Robert Lee Brantley, Dallas Williams, Dalton Alexander Whitmore. Dalton Betts. Dalton Edwards. Dalton Wayne Hill. Damian L. Wilkinson. Damian Stephen Molina. Damilare Emmanuel Babalola. Danetta Lynn Hollis. Daniel Evans Bennington. Daniel Flores. Daniel Lewis Foytlin. Daniel Robert Way. Daniel Timothy Mulryan. Danielle D'Amato. Danielle Danny Marshall. Dante Emmanuel Jackson. Danny E. Kazagui. Danielle Stamper. Darian Lamar Godfrey. Darian Tyrell Oliver. Darnell Doris Stevens. Darnell Eric Cole III. Daryl Lookingbill. Darius Lamont Rowe Jr. Daryl Owen Hale Jr. Daryl E. Palmer. David Pierce. Dave Santana. Davion Millick Bryant. David Aldon Etheridge. David Arvin Thatcher. David Byron Buompane. David Charles Johnson. David Armington. David Benson. David Eric Albright. David Frederico Rivera Jr. David Frank Mosley. David Hitchcock. David Fielding Clark. David James Good. David James Prince. Keith Lavender. David Lee Houston Jr. David McGregor Sim. David Zerzecki. Dawit Hussein. Darnia Garnett. Diago William Ivory Scott. Dean Michael Birchie. DeAndre Lamar Jones. DeAnthony Leandre Graham. Decatur L. Williams. Diedrich Lamar Roberts, Jr. Dekivia Lachonette Jennings. Delroy Blair. Demarcus Murphy. Demarius Deshaun Williams. Demetrius Marcel Collins. Demetrius Noel Birch. Dennis Akeem Jamal Hamid Hunter. Dennis Dakia Gabwar. Dennis Wayne Yuri. Dianca Sheffin. Derek Gabriel Sosa. Derek Joseph Riefel. Derek Michael Baker. Doricus Henry Alston. Derek Stephen Kramer. Derek Wayne Taylor. Darren Duwanis Uwante Davis. Deshaun Marcel Morrison. Deshaun Perry Sr. Desiree Ariel McGee. Destan Jamal Herod. Devin Dawson Johnson. Dexter Sheldon George. Diondane Andy Daniel. Dilly Fuel. Dimitri Lacan Brown. Duran Rashad Vinson. Dominic James Ciranio. Dominic Gabriel Gutierrez. Dominique Lachey Hill. Donald Kelly. Donald McBride. Donna Thomas. Dee Dee Leanne Toney. Donta Antwain Rose. Dontarius Rayshawn Hughes. Douglas Eric Osorio. Douglas Wayne Nance. Dreama Sawrich. Drissa Kamara. Dwayne Mendez. Dustin Lee Kingseed. Duvalier Duyega. Dwayne Ira O'Neill. Dwayne Randolph Jr. Dylan Derek Davis. Iman Dennis Nolan. Edgar Antonio Torres. Edmund Amund Robbins. Eduardo Cisneros Fonseca. Edward Henry Dust, Jr. Eddie Martin. Efren Roberto Guerrera. Eldridge Donnell Yerson, Jr. Elijah Lorenzo Johnson. Elizabeth Brooks Brogdon. Elizabeth Rankin. Elvira Lepez Cortez. Elvis Alejandro Torres, Jr. Emilio Torres. Emily Christine Pivito. Emmanuel Alexandro Fernandez. Emmanuel Dohura Nenga. Emmanuel Richard Fasu. Emery Howell. Enrique Eromosele Esenye. Eric Antonio Lopez. Eric Daniel Lujan. Eric Lynn Parker. Eric Michael Beatty. Eric Olivares. Eric Rogers von Hitritz. Eric J. Falcon LeBron. Eric Dominguez. Eric Thompson. Aaron August Capitillo. Ethan Maxwell Sparks. Gino Foskey, Jr. Eugene White. Ulofio I. Medrano. Evan James Janice. Evans Anyahuru Okoro. Evelyn A. DeLise. Ever Dean Coburn, Jr. Everett Dean Trinidad. Faith Eleonora Johnson. Famous Manna. Farid Dujedid. Felix Ashley. Fidel Estrada. Forrest Bush. Francis J. Koppel. Frank Alexander Ipezo. Frank Daniel Schiavone. Frankie Hollingbird. Frederick Wilkins. Frederick McCall Ronald Ector.
That concludes our commencement services for this graduating class of My Computer Career. We thank you, graduates. We thank your parents and family and friends for your support. We are excited to see what you accomplish in your new career and look forward to being there with you every step of the way.